Hello, hello. Welcome back to our YouTube channel for the Beautifully Woven Woman. I am Alexis Piper, the lifestyle strategist for your womanhood, success, and development. If you want to be a minimalist, but you got a whole lot of stuff, and you really want the courage to walk light, oh, come on. I want you to get into it. I want you to get into it. I'm inviting you to step into this momentum of your womanhood being maximized, mended, and matured so that you can come into some lifestyle mastery. I know you want to do it. You really want to do it. So come on, keep listening, keep plugging into yourself and step into this momentum. All right, let's get into it. What does it take for the courage to walk light? What does it take for the courage to walk light? Well, I just want to remind you, number one, that heavy is she who believes that more is always better. I just needed to pause right there, okay? Heavy is she who believes that more is always better. You got more clothes in your closet. You got more shoes than you can wear. You got more bags than you can carry. You have more stuff than you need. You have more problems, maybe because you want this accumulation of more. You have all the things that you need to do. You want all this more. Now, more is a good thing in one element, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Okay, the more that I'm talking about is the continuous accumulation of stuff, the continuous adding to your calendar, the continuous adding to your kids' activities, the continuous things. But you really need the courage to walk light. Hello, part 2 of our courage series. Okay, come on in. Come on in. Because if you really believe that more is always better, like the more things, more activities, more on your calendar, I really want to challenge you that maybe you have a weary place because you don't like sitting still. Maybe sitting still, maybe not having all the things to do, maybe not being the socialite, maybe not doing those things. Maybe that causes you to have to sit with yourself and you're trying to run and escape from that. See, sometimes we have to deal with what's before us and deal with the inner issues going on within us, and we can't pile that up and brush that under the rug by adding more to our schedules, by adding more to our kids' schedules, because you don't want them being bored, and you don't want to have to always have to entertain them. You do all the things. But remember, the courage is for you to walk light. Walk light. You want to walk light. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Right? And so I want for you to understand that you can let some things go. Okay? You can let some things go. You have the courage, yes, to understand your advantage in the seat of a daughter and understand that you can be courageous, but it's going to take you being courageous to sift through all the things. Where are you overcompensating for your insecurities? Where are you overcompensating for your emotional triggers? Where are you overcompensating for your unhappiness? Where are you overcompensating? And so it's gonna seem, like I need this. See, now you're gonna have to have the courage to check your hoarding tendencies. Okay, so number one, are you ready? Number one, what seems necessary or what seems to be advantageous, I want you to remember that it could also be your burden. What seems necessary and advantageous can also be your weight and your burden. You may feel like it's necessary to do that. You may feel like it's necessary to go there. You may feel like it's necessary to say yes. You may feel like it's necessary to add all this next stack on it. You might feel like it's necessary to do these things. You may feel like it's necessary to have your kids in all those activities. You may feel like it's necessary to, overcommit yourself. But what if it's really your burden? Have you ever thought about that? that what you seem is necessary could be your burden. I just want to lay that out for number one, okay? Because remember, we're talking about the courage to walk light. And so I have to paint this picture for you so that you can see what's hindering you from doing that and where you need to implement the courage. Okay, so number two, here's where you implement the courage. And number two, yes, you're trimming the fat. You are trimming the fat. What looks like a good connection, what looks like a good thing to do, what sounds good, what seems right. Trim the fat. Trim the fat of your calendar, of your schedule. Trim the fat of your activities. Trim the fat of your spending. Trim the fat. Go through that closet. Trim the stuff that you're not going to wear. Trim the fat. Go through your shoes. Trim the fat. Go through your bills. Trim the fat. Go through your mail. Shred. Okay? Shred. Okay? Shred. Trim the fat of all the papers. Trim the fat. File things. Okay? Trim the fat. What is fat in your life? Do you know what the excess stuff is? The things that you don't need, but that you want to hoard and hold on to because somehow you've linked your identity to that. Somehow you've linked your personality to that. Somehow you've linked your joy to that. Somehow you've linked your escape to that. Somehow you've linked your numbness to that. Somehow you've linked your pain to that. Somehow you've linked yourself to those things, and it's fat. When your body has a lot of excess fat, you don't want that. So don't let your life, don't let your circle, don't let your soul, don't let your mind, don't let your household have all of this excess fat that's just shaking and jiggling and weighing you down. That's going to take courage to admit, number one, to acknowledge, and become aware. That in itself is a step of courage. And then the next step is going to be the trimming the fat, the doing something about it. If you really want to walk light, then you really need to streamline your life. If you really want to walk light, you're going to have the courage to streamline your life. You might not be a minimalist, okay? You might not can have 3 pots and 3 plates or 10, whatever, 5 clothes, 2 pair of pants, 2 pair of shirts. You might not be the minimalist. I'm not asking you to be that. God is not asking you to be that. But what he is asking for you is for you to come into his easy and light. And sometimes the things, the commitments, the things, all the activities, the stuff is hindering you from coming into his easy and light, from experiencing his easy and light. So number 3, I want you to remember, because it's going to help you implement your act of courage, is that there are times when less really is more. There are times when less really is more. That's your number 3. And so the more that we really need is more of Jesus, so that he can pinpoint to you where you have a lot of fat, where you have a lot of body weight, where you have a lot of life weight, where you have a lot of mental weight, where you have weight as in what's heavy, what's hindering you, what's causing you to be like, oh my God, what's causing you not to look forward to each day, what's causing you to rush through every day of the week, what's called those weights. The weights of the inner turmoil and confusion, those weights of, I don't know what to do, trying to figure everything out. Does he like me? Does he not like me? Does he want to be with me? Does he not want to be with me? How do I show up for him? How do I show up for her? How do I show up for them? How do I do this? We need more of the power stream to be activated in our lives. The power stream of peace. The power stream of simple systems. So take a moment and evaluate Do you even have systems that support you in your life? You can have a closet system, which is taking inventory. You can have a shopping system. You can have a grocery system. You can have a meal prep system. You can have systems that support you. You can have a system for your calendar, whether it's virtual or paper. You can have a system that supports you. And I want to invite you into a woven woman system where you truly have power stream living of simplicity. Simplicity is also beautiful. You don't have to overcomplicate life by adding on to your own weight. Life enough just might be a weight and a burden of its own for you. You don't have to add more stuff to that. And Jesus is the power stream that multiplies what you need. That multiplies what you need, and that helps you have the courage to eliminate what no longer serves you, what no longer adds joy and peace to your life. I'm reminded of Marie Kondo. Does it bring you joy? Does it bring you joy? If not, get rid of it. If not, get rid of it. Does he bring you joy? Does it bring you joy? What really is joy for you? Is it the right kind of joy? Is it a temporary thrill? Is it short-lived? That's how you're going to be able to start determining, is this really joy? Or is it here today, gone tomorrow? I play with it today and then it no longer entertains me tomorrow. That's not joy. That's a temporary thrill. I want for you to come into sustainability, where you're secure, where you have the courage to elevate your life and maximizing your womanhood, because you start being more cognizant and aware of your loads, of the people that weigh you down, of the items and the things and the roles and the perspectives that hinder you from having the courage to walk light. And so I want to invite you into the ability for courage to cast greater vision for yourself. And that's going to be through the invitation to join our 24-day challenge, The Woman I Want to Be. That's the name of the challenge, The Woman I Want to Be. And I dare to believe that you really do want to be a woman of courage, but that you really want to understand the courage beyond your understanding. What is courage for you to be able to cultivate? Simply put values for your womanhood. Simply put values for your womanhood that you can implement, that you can honor, that you can remember, that can help you, that you can rely on, that will help you walk light, that can help you not be a bag lady, that can help you not be an emotional hoarder, that can help you activate the courage that you need to breathe, to sift through the wheat of your life, to start redefining what's necessary. This courage to join this challenge that's 24 days to help you be the woman you want to be. Sometimes you need to be challenged in order to truly get serious about actually looking into her. Because the woman, who you are as a woman is how you show up and navigate life. Who you are as a woman is how you show up and navigate life. How you are as a woman also is how you show up and navigate life. And so I'm inviting you in to this challenge, to put your feet in the water of courage, to put your feet in the water of cultivating the value system for your womanhood that helps you walk light. So let's seal the deal. Let's seal the deal for the courage you need to walk light by remembering the 3 things that we talked about in today's video. Number 1, what seems necessary and advantageous to you could also be your weight and your burden. Number 2, you need to trim the fat and the excess in your life. Streamline, okay? And then number 3, remember that there are times when less really is more. So pat yourself on the back, homegirl. But don't stop there. What I'm asking you to do, play this back, play this back, play this back. And then search for the gold in the comments, okay? Because in the comments, search for the gold in the comments. Search for the gold in the description box below, okay? Search for the gold in the description box below because it houses the link to where you can actually sign up to be a part of this challenge, all right? If you are already on my email list, you will have first dibs about knowing when it's starting and its intricate details about how we're going to roll out these 24 days and what it's going to entail, okay? And so search for the description box, search for the gold in the description box. Talk to me in the comments. What stood out for you or what helped you to honor yourself in your womanhood being maximized, in you experiencing yourself or wanting to know yourself in your mended state, in yourself spiritually maturing, and in yourself and in your womanhood coming into an element of lifestyle mastery. Because I love you. God loves you even more. Do you really love yourself? If you love yourself, you'll choose to love God back. And how are you going to do that? By tapping into the courage to enter into his easy and light. His easy and light. Matthew 11, 28 through 30. Get into it. Okay? He's calling you to come to him. If you're weary because you got too much stuff. If you're weary because you want the courage to trim the fat. All right? I believe in you. Oh, yes, I do. So until next time, let's do this.